Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Today's Weather Tonight. Here, as always, I am your meteorologist for the evening, Cloud Hudson, and we will be taking a look at tonight's top 5 stories. Remember, this is a Rearcast, not a forecast. I am just reviewing the weather. I'm telling you the top weather headlines, news stories, if you will, an update, a progress report on what the vibes are doing, what the waves are, how the waves are waving. If you are new here, please introduce yourself in the chat or the comments. I'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on YouTube at Cloud Hudson, Today's Weather Tonight, or you can follow me on Twitch at Cloud Hudson. Okay, let's go ahead and get into reviewing today's volcano news because Mount Ruang erupted again. So let's just jump into it. I do have the little, I think I'm going to put this on 30 frames. I do have the little radar in the corner right now because I'm keeping an eye on the radar. This is still the same system that has produced a lot of severe weather in the Midwest, so I want to keep a little eye on it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Lake also putting out some decent emissions. Let's see the 29th, though. Remember that yesterday we talked about what's happening on the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. We were seeing an increase in seismic activity there. Here's a image of Mount Ibu that has got a volcanic ash plume up to flight level 100. Samiru volcano is still putting off a little bit of puffs. Here's a satellite image of Ruang volcano. It has apparently started erupting again. Let's see. What do we have? Volcanic ash. There was a good, Reuters had a good picture of the new, let's see if this has any other pictures. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. That is, oh, wow. This is really recent because this is registering as on 4/30/24. Magnificent ash plume and pyroclastic flows from Ruang volcano following another powerful eruptive episode last night. After more than 12 days since the last paroxysm episode, the volcano showed another very dramatic activity last night. High-level eruption to flight level 630. That is very, very high in the atmosphere. Let me see. Google something real quick. I'm wondering if this could be some stratospheric injection here. Maybe because we're looking near the equator. This could definitely get into the troposphere. Flight level 19,000 feet. This is saying It'll start at like 60,000 feet. Okay, so not quite. Not quite. The tropopause would be 7 kilometers. This is at like, well, anyway, this is going pretty high into the atmosphere. This is probably getting our upper levels of the atmosphere, injecting some volcanic ash into it. It's a really cool sight to see the different types of clouds that are formed by the different, by both the explosion and the pyroclastic flow hitting the water around the explosion, and the little microclimates that are produced that make their own little convective and condensing water cells around this whole thing. I bet that the different types of gases are from different sources, and the different types of clouds are different gases, but you'd need a volcanologist to tell you which is from which. Let's see. Let's move on to our earthquakes. I'm pretty sleepy tonight, so I need to do a relatively quick one here today. Looks like we were pretty quiet in the Western Pacific today. It looks like most of our earthquakes are the leftover ones from yesterday. This is a new 4.6 here, off the coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula, between that and Japan. Is this the Kuril Islands? I forget where those are. We did have another big, little bit more momentum come into the Tonga Islands wave-shaped plate boundary between the Pacific and Indo-Australian plate here. 5.2, 5.3. Yeah, these are all pretty recent, and some very shallow, some very deep. We got like a 4.7 at 388 kilometers depth, and then like a 4.5 at very shallow, 0-ish depth. Let's keep moving this way. Not seeing a whole lot through this area. We did have 2 hits today right on top of each other here in, what is this country? This is Greece. What's the one? Crete? Is it? Heraklion. Where is that? What's the island with Heraklion? Is that Crete? Yes, Crete. It's Crete is the island that we've got these two. Now that I zoom in, Crete is where we've seen a lot of earthquakes in between Greece and Italy, Greece and Turkey. But we've also got this 4.0 in Turkey proper. So, okay, yeah, now we're showing it. Right off the coast of Crete was where we had this 4.2 and 4.3. Now, as we go east across the Atlantic, we had one in Chile and one in Argentina. We had a 5.1 here off the coast of, or just onshore actually, in Villa Corzo, Mexico. We've got some 4s here near Panama. We've got several 2s, 3s, several 2s and 3s around Puerto Rico. Let's see. continued aftershocks in New Jersey, 1.8 near the New Madrid seismic zone, and that is playing connect the dots with all these other Texas earthquakes. There's a little bit more activity in Texas right now. Not more, but like, you see the string, you see how it moves here. It goes this way, goes that away. The momentum moves up, and I mean, I always am saying that when we get a massive amount of water dumped on any area, we need to think of that as tipping the scales a little bit for the tectonic balance. Very hard to make sense of this. I'm going to turn quakes down and go to like 2s. Okay, and then 3s. So not that much large quakes, but you can see they go boom, 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 boom. Got some in Alaska. Hawaii's looking big. Not too big, but Hawaii's looking decent for what it usually does. Okay, and there's our pincushion Earth. It's really been through quite a lot recently this past week. Okay, I want to go to our atmosphere next. Let's take a look at what our radar looks like. I'm gonna real quick. Okay, so we've got the last lingering line of storms coming through with this system, sweeping through Nashville now, and as well as sweeping through Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio. Michigan's kind of out of the woods here, and getting into Toronto, sweeping through the Great Lakes region. And here you can see this is really where the center of rotation has moved. You can see that the center of rotation moved from like here last night to here tonight. Oh, it was from here to here. Let's see. One alert. Rainfall warnings up there. We've got that's it. Thankfully, we are looking at a little bit calmer weather. We do have some dense fog advisories out here, though. If I take you to other hazard advisory maps, there is some dense fog throughout all the places that have recently received so much rain. And that makes sense because after the rain's gone, it is a little cooler on the backside. Now you got all this moisture that wants to go somewhere, and it's just can't even get absorbed by the sky very well. Let's go to let's go to a global map. Actually, first let's check out pivotal weather to see where our observed precipitation ended up. Yeah, just in 24 hours, that's how much precipitation they had in East Texas, getting close to the 8 inches mark. We had nearing 8 inches of rain, 5 to 6 to 8 inches of rain all through the Midwest. Just torrential amounts of rain. Let's go now to look at Zoom Earth. We'll take a look at what the Earth is doing. Yeah, let's look at satellite. We zoom out, this curvy line on here is the day night. That's like dusk and dawn, you see. This is the projection of the sun onto the earth. Looks like we've got some beautiful waves forming out here in the North Pacific. Probably not going to get here for more fuel. Well, I don't know. I'm not a forecaster. Here in Russia, interesting. Few days in a row, we've seen this really green color on their satellite. I don't know what that is. A lot of rain down here in China, South Korea, Japan area. We've still got, I mean, it's still, we're coming out of summer into fall in the southern hemisphere. So, bit more cold exchanged with the air there. Let's see. Check out precipitation in this area because we've been in quite the rainy season in oh yeah, look at this entire coastline is get in for it. We got rain in Saudi Arabia. We've got rain from the Black Sea all the way up to Siberia. And we've got these strong centers of circulation coming off the coast of the United States into the North Atlantic, probably headed straight for Europe. We've also got that equatorial conveyor belt of rain going on here between, you know, the little two puzzle pieces that look like they should fit together, South America and Africa, getting these a nice exchange between the equatorial rainforest that they have there. Let's see. Look at our derived winds. Whew. Folks, I am sleepy today. I did a lot of work. Did a lot of yard work today. And walking. All right. Looks like this little center of this little rotation off the coast of the Pacific Northwest could be our next one to watch. We've got some downbursting, like exiting air. Air exiting this front on the southwestern side of it. Kind of like a fart. Looks like a fart coming out of this big line of storms. Let's go now to check our Schumann resonances. Has been a little cloudy in Tomsk. Try to do these in different tabs today. Maybe I can refer to them. Oh, yeah. Just been massive energy downloads. Look at that. That's quite a lot of energy for any one person to handle, let alone the entire planet getting these updates at the same time. Remember the vertical strikes that go all the way down to like 40 hertz? Those are the ones that are really like fully integrated messaging, or like needing things that you need to now integrate into your body, and like updates to the world map, updates to the server of the world. And the other pulsation, the background whiteout, could be from background weather happening. Again, it's hard to distinguish between weather and not weather, but so we did on the 29th dip into let's see, is this, can I make this any bigger? While this big power burst on the 29th was going on, we saw a solid dip in frequency. Frequencies have been declining, but we are absorbing for sure a lot of power. And it looks like mode 2 has gotten a big increase. Modes 1 and sub and mode 2 have got. Mode 4 is still staying pretty high up there. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So after we got that amplitude burst was at 8 UTC on the 29th. And yeah, 8 UTC 29th. That's the big power burst that got this big spike going. Then we kind of petered off after this. So not a whole lot transferred. Big. I mean, it really tapers off around 20. Yeah, and that's when we start to see the lower power levels for at least mode 1. Might see more of that, might see more of this intense exchange between the ionosphere and the ground in a couple days. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I feel like that's the right time frame. No, I don't want to go to that yet. I want to go to this yet. Let's go to our space weather, our solar weather. Ooh, look at all these coronal mass ejections taking place on the 29th. So from 26 to 37, that's like 11 or 12 big coronal mass ejections. Nothing got rated for possible full halos, but they have some long duration ones here. Let's see what they look like. We're looking at this and perhaps right with it, this. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at our home page. It says currently there's no noteworthy space weather. That's pretty good because I want to kind of breeze by this. Okay, yeah. I was right about looks like our activity level of solar flares peaking into the M class range, but now we are slowly bringing our floor, that's our ceiling. We're bringing the floor of our background down into lower C class levels. And recently that when we go back